Hey guys, Hyper D Kaiser here with the Atlantean Zero deck that you guys wanted to see that I've been using in the past few videos. As you guys know, if you've followed my channel, I've always loved Absolute Zero as a deck, and I was trying to find a build that anything that I actually wanted to play this format. And three decks that I found were one was Agents, one was this, and one was Evil Swarm. Obviously, we can't play that yet in the TCG, but I found it's fun to use on Dual Network so far. So hopefully that'll be a thing. But for now, here is the deck profile. Starting off, we have one Dragoons, one Attack Squad, one Infantry, two Marksmen, and three Deep Sea Diva, as well as two Abyss Soldiers. This rounds out all the Water monsters in the deck. So we do have a ton of water targets now for Absolute Zero. Um, they all have their uses. Abyss Soldier's kind of here just because he's an actual decent out to a lot of things these days. He bounces Christia back, bounces back anything huge that you can't deal with. He bounces back Zen mains, Gachi, all those problem cards that you just don't feel like dealing with. You just discard one of these guys' water monsters, and it returns to their hand or extra deck. He also triggers the Atlantean effects, which is always nice. That's just kind of an added bonus. I honestly don't. You don't really use their secondary effects unless Abyss Soldier's out, pretty much. So, or they're an exceed material, that type of thing. But either way, but yeah, two marksmen just because I'm only running technically two targets for him to actually grab. You could grab the infantry, but you never actually want to do that with the marksman. But yeah, he only has two technical targets, so there's no real point in running more than two, and there's not really much room for this. Three Deep Sea Diva just for the Diva engine, which is always really good in Absolute Zero because tuner and searching out any of these guys, except for him. But anyway, we already went with the Abyss Soldier, so that's there. Two Trigodia, just because Trigodia is amazing in this format right now. He just alone wins games by himself. Like you just drop him and they're just like what, and you're just like he's huge. So two malicious, three Diamond Dude, and one Stratos. That runs well because that's your hero engine of this deck. Excuse me. Jeez, sorry, just kind of woke up. So, that is your hero engine of the deck. The two malicious just because he's level is malicious. When he was at three, he was fucking broken. Just he was retarded. Now he's a little less. He's not as used anymore, but I still enjoy using him and discarding him with D-draw here. But we'll get into that later. Three Diamond Dude, just because you want more targets for the three Destiny draws. His effect can activate since every spell card in this deck is normal, which is why I'm running the three Night Beams. But if you really think about it, you're thinning the deck so much with Stratos, D Hero, Militia, excuse me, Tour Guides, Diva. You're just thinning the deck so much that you're most likely going to hit something off like mid to late game with Diamond Dude should you use his effect. Um, Stratos, just because of Stratos, obviously. Two Veilers. Then we have our two tour guides here and Sangan Engine just for the added extra consistency, obviously. Usually one of the key opening plays that you see me do is tour guide and a Sangan and just sit on that with the rest of the cards in my hand, that type of thing. Dark Armed just because it's Dark Armed and you can manipulate your grave rather easily, so kind of want to have a nice boss monster there. And as well, Gore, since we run no traps whatsoever. So that's one, two, three, four boss monsters in the main deck, and three in the extra. Jesus. Alright, sorry about that. Three Destiny draws for the start of the spells, just because you're on five Destiny heroes for the three spells. I was considering running Doom Lord, but opted to not to since I have other more important reasons to use my normal summon, and we already have Abyss Soldier for outs for stuff like that. We have three Miracle Fusions because it's heroes, Miracle Fusion's broken, and you'll just have plenty of targets in your graveyard. 2 dualities just for added consistency along with the tour guide type of thing. Um, Not really much else to say. Reinforcement Army, Reborn, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, all staples. And then we have 3 Night Beams. They were 3 MSTs, but I opted to use Night Beam just because of Diamond Dude and just because it stops Abyss Sphere, which is slightly annoying, as well as other problematic cards, that type of thing. So that's always a good thing. Extra deck, we have 3 Absolute Zero, 1 Black Ship of Corn, 1 Maestroke, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Leviair, 1 Zenmeans, 1 Leviathan, 1 Gachi, 1 Catastor, Gaianite, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, and Mistworm. The side deck is more like it's personal. The 3 MSTs are just kind of like, depending on what my matchups are, I can side out the 3 Night Beams for the 3 MSTs so I can hit face-ups. Prohibition's always good. Soul Taker's somewhat good. Thunder King's always good. Gemini Imps, just because I don't like Dark Worlds. And then the Maxies and the Noblemans, they can... Maxies, actually, I'd keep in. Thunder King's not so much. I'd probably take these 4 and say they're pretty much... Well, these 6, I should say. These 6, 2 Thunder Kings, the 2 Noblemans, and 2 Soul Takers, they're pretty much whatever you really want. Like, I think the MSTs for this deck itself, 3 MSTs, the Prohibitions, the Geminis, and the Maxis are a must. These 6 cards here, you don't need as much, so I would probably you could pretty much put whatever you want, but the rest of the stuff's pretty much you need. So yeah, that's it for the deck. I enjoy using it a lot. I actually have the deck completely built in real life since I had everything for it, kind of sitting around amazingly. So I'm probably going to be testing that at locals next week, see how it does. I'll let you know, and that's about it. So I will catch you later, YouTube. Peace out.